walk away. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's working. Finally got it working.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to update the program in order for it to work. And now it's working.
Okay, you can call me Mr. Budi.
All right, Mr. Budi.
Yes, it's very Indonesian.
Mr. Budi, that's a very Indonesian name.
Yes.
I actually have a student called Mr. Budi.
Oh. Your student?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. So you always call your student with Mr.?
No. I just call him Budi.
Oh, okay.
His full name is Budi Man.
Ah, yeah.
But you know that the Budi is in English is kind of provocative because it means
Buddy.
a woman's ass.
Oh, okay.
It's spelled B-O-O-T-Y, booty.
Ah, okay, I get it.
You never heard that term, shake your booty?
Yeah. I see. And the thing is, Budiman means wise.
Okay.
Person.
Yeah, booty man in English means a man who likes women's asses.
That's funny.
So, I guess we can kind of have a bit of a conversation today.
Sure.
It doesn't need to be completely formal, but
Yeah.
why don't I at least take a minute here to anyone, because I will upload this, and I'll take a minute for anyone listening to kind of give them a background on this, and that is that Mr. Budi has contacted me. He is Indonesian, and he was attracted to MGTOW. So it's good news for the MGTOW community, who is predominantly coming from Western countries, to hear the voice and opinion of Indonesian men on the subject or on subjects relating to it. Why don't you just kind of introduce a bit about what you do, and that way you can kind of, allow people that are hearing this the information you want them to hear.
Okay, I'm Mr. Budi, and the thing that I interest on MGTOW is because doesn't mean that I straight to the MGTOW at that time, but I tried to dig under about the feminism, and it directed me to the MGTOW, and it's kind of pattern that it seems, and the Western country, it seems that MGTOW is very competitive to feminism. That's why it leads me to MGTOW.
Okay, so you're saying that MGTOW is comparative to feminism?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. How so?
Yeah. There is a community which been built by what? Which been built. What was it? Indirectly, that so many men gather together in the MGTOW. It's because of the impact of feminism. That's what I see. That's what I see. Maybe that's the problem in the Western country.
Okay, you're seeing
So
a
they build their own,
correlation.
they build their own community, and they call themselves in this community a MGTOW. That's what I see.
Okay, and I'm wondering. I wonder if that's a common perception here in Southeast Asia
About MGTOW.
Yeah, because it's very almost unknown
it's
here.
yeah, it's really new. It's really new. If people don't dig under, it won't be noticed.
Yeah.
I explore and I learn or study about the feminism and the impact of feminism for 3 years.
Mm.
And at that time, I do believe that MGTOW still doesn't exist. Am I right?
3 years ago? No, MGTOW existed 3 years ago. If I'm not mistaken, the
Uh-huh.
first time, if you look in Google statistics, if you type in the word MGTOW, it doesn't exist in Google search until 2009,
Oh,
and then it
okay.
slowly creeps up. But then it blew up
Yeah.
maybe 5 years ago.
Very popular.
Yes,
Yeah. I
yes.
see. And I searched about the feminism because I feel that uh, everything is quite different. When I was a kid, I I saw that why such a society, even in Asia, it seems they empower women than men. And when I trace back, it doesn't. It's supposed not to be like that long ago, and it, people talk about emancipation, about equality, but if I see the society right now, even in the Indonesian, there is no equality. Don't you believe that they give more advantage to women? There is no equality. That's what I feel, and I try to dig under, and it direct me to the feminism in Western country, and I do believe that feminism around the world uh, have a root uh, based on feminism in Western country.
Yeah. I don't think there's. I would think that every MGTOW man you speak to would agree with you. I think it's history. I think it's known
Yes.
history that it
Yeah.
did start in. Well, I would say it started in England and America.
Yeah, and I learned a lot, and it's because there is a politics that empower women. You know, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but I I I watched a video direct by Aaron Russo. If I'm not wrong, yeah, he said that it's a Rockefeller that make the feminism get growing because politics want to take advantage of the society.
Mm. Yes, that's. I've seen that as well, saying that the Rockefellers funded the feminist movement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I believe they don't realize that feminism can get growing like this. They shallow the society, if I can say.
Yeah. 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 I agree. I think it kind of blew up in our faces quicker than we expected. Um, and in fact, if I can just kind of segue into something here, I just wanted to say that I believe that the advantage of the talk we're going to have now, I think, is for both of us. Um, for me, I'm interested in a lot of the perspective of feminism and MGTOW from Indonesia, and for you, maybe I can give you some more insight into MGTOW.
Hmm.
Um, so, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask, um, what, how much of an influence do you think feminism is in Indonesia, specifically Indonesia today?
Okay, it won't be as much as the Western country. It's because there is a religion. They have a boundary. They to won't let feminism just in directly. Maybe that's the advantage of Asia, especially Indonesia, that feminism won't grow easily. But it doesn't mean that feminism doesn't exist. It seems, but and like a Western country, they put their feet Indonesia from the education institution.
Yeah, they
And
are.
I have I passed some of my friend. They are she is a lecturer, and yes, she definitely agree that feminism is good, but maybe she don't think the radical of feminism.
So,
But I do believe whatever it is, it will grow to be radical.
you think that it'll grow to be radical here?
I guess so. Why not?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, so the number one opponent, lawan,
Yes.
feminism di sini itu agama Islam.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the number one enemy, well, enemy maybe is not the right word, but the number one
A barrier,
obstacle,
maybe.
yeah, barrier, obstacle
Barrier. Yeah.
for feminism to grow in this country is the religion. And I shouldn't say just Islam because there are more than Islam in Indonesia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although Islam is the predominant religion.
Mhm.
But another thing, so according to your lecturer friend, your friend who is the lecturer,
Yeah.
does she confirm that feminism is being inserted into the curriculum of universities and colleges?
No.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, I can say no.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That's good to hear. That's good news. Because it certainly is in
But,
the West.
but the thing is, in social science, they could be not directly, but indirectly when in the lecture in the class indirectly.
Right.
Because I have a friend. He's a student, and there is a woman who is a lecturer, and she defends about the feminism, and
Okay.
he defends about equality, emancipation, but still not indirectly in the curriculum. It's indirectly.
Indirectly in the curriculum.
Indirect.
Well, that's how it started in the West too. It started indirectly, and then eventually it became part
Yeah.
of the curriculum, and now it's the dominant force in the curriculum.
But the good thing is, MGTOW get growing. So yeah.
I would like to see MGTOW grow much bigger here in Indonesia. I've spoken to a few people about it, just casually, and I always noticed that they were very, very interested, very interested. It was a topic that they really wanted to know about.
But do we have to what? Do we have to put attention on the Western country to for the MGTOW itself? Because the problem of the one who gets so many problems with feminism is a Western country.
Well, the thing is the MGTOW community, like feminism, started in the Western countries, the English-speaking countries, but now it is global. But most content providers of MGTOW information speak English. So most of the content is being spread to other people that can understand English, right? And that's why it's sort of lagging. However, it's starting to grow bigger in Spanish-speaking countries.
I see.
I think Spanish would be the second language. Spanish and French, after English, are starting to really pick up on it. Oh, also German. German as well. They're slowly starting to pick up because there's people in those countries. There's people in South America, in Spain, and in other Spanish-speaking countries that don't speak English.
Okay, and I want to ask you, what's the effect of the MGTOW that is growing, especially in the Western country?
What is the what?
What's the effect?
Oh, the effect. Well, the effect, it's hard to say what direct effects it's having at this point because it's still relatively new. However, I could assume or I could think that it is affecting how men are having relationships with women.
Yes.
And what's happening is a lot of women are not happy with MGTOW. Which is absolutely fine for most MGTOW. It's absolutely fine. And another thing is MGTOW has a lot of different enemies, feminism being one, the women population being another. Even men's rights don't like MGTOW because we are not a political movement.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, that's why MGTOW is not organized, but it's a bunch of men that gather together. They have the same thought, same opinion,
Yeah.
and they want to get rid themselves from the society.
Yeah. They want to walk away.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is if I was to say what is MGTOW, I would have to say it is a way of life and a philosophy, more than anything else, of self-improvement. That's the bottom line. And in order for, basically what they believe is that society treats men like animals. Men are invisible. Men have much, much fewer rights than women. So in order to really have a fulfilling life, you need to sort of just walk away from society and women and society and the way that society puts women on a pedestal.
I see. Yeah. And how about there is a woman network, right? The feminism. There is so many organizations about the woman. But how about the MGTOW? Does the MGTOW ever the community think that they want to make this organization legal or
No, not at all. That would be completely anti-MGTOW. The movement itself I think, will always be in this format. It'll be disorganized.
But how could you change the environment? How could you change the society? If you won't change, if you let the society get growing, it will swallow you. You know, that's why you have to make a change of the society.
Well, the thing is MGTOW will never change society. That's not its goal. MGTOW is a way of life that if a man chooses it, he can take
but
that
I
path.
do believe that society will get a huge impact because of MGTOW.
It will, yes, it will, and MGTOW will have an effect on society indirectly.
But in massive, I guess. Indirectly, but massive.
It could, it could, it could
Men
be
don't want to
massive.
get married, for example.
Yes. If more and more men refuse to get married, then it will make a huge impact on society, and that's already happening.
Yeah.
It's already happening.
I see.
And the people that are afraid of that the most is not just the women, but most of the governments of the world, because the truth is that most of the money that is generated in the world, and then of that money that is put into taxes comes from men. Now there are statistics on this, and I could throw a number out, but I don't know how accurate I'd be. But it's well above the medium. That most of the money generated and produced through industry, through labor, through what have you, in the world is from men. But adversely, most of the money that is consumed and spent through consumption, and I think worldwide it's somewhere around 80%. I did research on this, but I haven't looked at the data in a long time. But it's around 80%, and that's worldwide, that the women are spending. So what that means is that men are making and generating industry and capital, and women are spending it. If men don't get married, then that's less money for women to spend, which means less money to go into consumption.
Yeah, and money accumulate to the man.
Yes. So that's how it will really change the game of politics.
Yeah, government will scare about it.
Oh, very scared, very, very scared. I've heard.
And the mission, if you want to, and the MGTOW want to let it be just like this, and make it faster, accelerate this, the MGTOW seems they have to influence other men.
Yeah, no, they do, and the biggest.
And by doing what? Social media.
Social media is the first step, because it will help. It spreads so quickly. But it can't spread as fast enough in Indonesia until content is made in Bahasa Indonesia.
I see.
My goal is to take my videos and translate them to Indonesian
I see.
as a first step. because I have a lot of content, and I can do that. I can take what I have, translate it into Indonesian, and then re-upload it into a new channel for Indonesian viewers.
I
See,
see.
that's really what I would like to do, because it's probably the quickest way to get the word out.
Mhm, mhm. I see. But like man spreading, like insanity that the feminism made. So, what would you do about that? What the MGTOW do about that?
About manspreading.
Yeah, is it really true or is it's fake? It's ridiculous, I guess.
um,
Is it really true?
I think it is. I mean, I haven't lived in North America in a long time, so I'm
Uh-huh.
not, I don't know how prevalent it is. I don't know how often it happens, but yes, it is true.
But it's insane, you know. It's
Yeah.
how could they be?
Well,
They think about
the
yeah.
media is controlled by feminists.
Uh-huh.
So
So it's true. So such thing happened that there is a man get into jail. It's because get into prison. It's because do man spreading.
well,
It's
I
really
don't
true.
know if they can go to jail for that. I think.
Yeah, yeah, in the social media, in the news, internet portal, they said that. Is it really true? It's
Well, I don't know. I mean, it sounds a little bit too hard to believe that a man could go to jail for that. It doesn't sound like he's breaking any laws.
yeah.
He could possibly get fined because they might make it some kind of bylaw for public transportation that um, it would be the same as, let's say, taking up a whole seat by laying down or something. It would be an inconvenience to other passengers, so maybe they could fine the man some money.
And I heard another news. It's still in the Western country, in
Mm.
USA, if I'm not wrong. The barber get what they have to pay for 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 breaking the law. What law? The media said that it's because they won't allow the female customer to get caught in the barber shop. Is it really true?
Yes, yes, yes. That did
That's
happen in
really
Canada, actually. Yeah,
and really stupid, you know.
yeah.
How could it be?
Have you
And why women want to be there? I have no idea.
have you watched any of my videos?
And how could the logical man, Western country, I do believe the Western country is a logical man, be illogical and be irrational by make such a rule like that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I know all I know about that story is that I know in at least one or two places in Canada, a woman complained that a barber refused to cut her hair because he said it
Yeah.
was for men only, and she went to try and get. I don't know. I don't remember if she tried to sue him but he was pressured. But I don't know if he actually conceded and allowed it or not. I mean, I didn't follow the story all the way through to the end. But I wanted to ask you: have you watched any of my videos?
Yes, yes, some.
I did one called "The Last Male Space,"
Mm-hmm.
and I addressed that issue about male spaces being taken up by females.
I see. Okay.
And I talked about barbershops, but I also made this comparison, which is happening in Asia right now, and you can see it in Jakarta: female parking spots, female-only parking spots, female-only car trains, female-only buses.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's funny because the one who get who get the benefit is the family. You know, for example, man, they drive the car, and after they go to the mall with the family, so the man asks woman to switch. You know, so the family take advantage of that parking place. It
Yes.
seems, yeah, so many people like it. So yeah, it doesn't work at all.
No, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work at
But
all.
but they're trying to do it, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't work at all.
Have you seen
And it's lame.
Have you seen the footage in India of the female-only trains where they were hitting men who tried to get on the female-only trains? They're
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
physically
Uh-huh.
assaulting them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a concept it's well known in MGTOW, and in order,
And it's very important that I want to say to you. that
Yeah.
if the MGTOW get bigger and bigger and bigger and influence the society, it will make women uncomfortable to
Yeah.
penetrate man area, and
Yes.
it will get rid the woman easily, you know.
Yeah.
And
I
if
agree.
the woman, for example, if the woman want to go to the barber shop, man, which is their MGTOW, they can be cynically or sarcastically point to the woman indirectly. It will make woman uncomfortable
Yeah.
and go easily like that.
Yeah. Well, I also, I also made comparisons over here about spaces, and I talked about a few male-only spaces that exist here. For example, Salat Jumat,
Okay.
male-only space.
Mm-hmm.
Pangkas Rambut.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because Pangkas Rambut, it doesn't say men only, but women don't go there.
Yeah.
They don't feel comfortable.
Yeah. We name it barber shop still.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But when I was in Jakarta, close to my apartment, there was a Pangkas Rambut, and then like 20 meters down the road was a salon that said for women only.
Yeah. And yeah, for example, they prefer to serve female client
Yes.
because they're comfortable to do that.
Yes, that's their choice.
Yeah, that choice, no one can, just let it be.
Yeah. But that's the problem, you see, that we talk about is that women have the choice to cater to whoever they want, but men do not.
The thing is, men don't want to jump there.
Yeah, they don't want to go there.
But the women now want to jump to the man's space. That's the big problem.
Yeah. Well, they're being encouraged to do so.
Mm-hmm. That's why we don't need to energize or empower or persuade or motivate women to act like men. That's the society. That's the sickness of the society. They want to make women strong. They want to make women independent. But independent for what? They have their own freedom and different kind of freedom than men, right?
Yes.
They have their own different rules.
Yeah. MGTOW understands this. MGTOW understands this, that men and women are different, and we each have our own advantages and disadvantages.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if the MGTOW want to get growing and growing, why don't they start from the family? If the father to the son and
I plan on doing that with my son.
yeah.
That's my plan. You see,
Yeah.
the problem is
or educate the sister.
Yeah. A lot of the problem is a lot of MGTOW men. A lot of men that come to MGTOW, and maybe this is one of the beautiful things about MGTOW, is that it is so diverse. It's diverse in race, language, culture, age, religion. It's so diverse in all of those subjects, and there are. Huh?
The MGTOW must strengthen one more time the patriarchy.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Well, for example, a lot of men come to MGTOW after a very horrible divorce, lose their house, lose their children, and they say, "I'm done. I don't want."
Really?
Yeah.
Lose everything. It's because divorce.
Yes.
In the Western countries,
in the Western
it happens
countries,
like that.
of course. That's if you don't know about that, that's something you should definitely research.
No. The thing is, they still have humanity, right?
Uh-huh.
There is the good parents supposed to raise their kid. Right?
That's not how it happens.
Not let them to the woman.
Yes. No.
Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
So in the Western countries, still, whatever it takes, the kid go to the woman.
Yep.
Is it real? Is that the rule?
That is the rule, my friend.
What's the basis of that rule?
Gynocentrism.
That's weird.
But you got to understand, man. I got divorced in this country, and you
but
know what the law says here.
Okay,
you know what the
how
law says
about?
here?
Yeah.
The law says that the woman is the priority for the child. That's called
Indonesia.
gynocentrism. Yes.
So you married in Indonesia with
Yes.
Indonesian man.
Yes, I did. And
The thing is, the son is with you, right?
No, he was with me, but not because society thought it was better. He was with me because I had to basically take him from her.
How could you do that?
How did I do that?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, when she left me, she took my son, and of course everybody just accepted that as the normal way to be. It's gynocentric here too, man.
Yes. And then?
And after a few years, she lost her job and had no choice but to give him up to me. I had a good job, I had a good apartment, so I took him and I raised him for 3 years. But before that, he was with me for 6 months in my apartment, and she moved to Bali to work. And so I said, go ahead, move to Bali, but you're not taking my son. Okay? And I managed to get him because she had no choice. She had no money, she had no home, nothing. She had no choice. So I had my son. 6 months later, during the Christmas holidays, I bought a ticket for her to come to Jakarta to visit her son for the holidays. When I went to pick him up, they were both gone. She had kidnapped him to Bali.
Oh, crazy.
Right. And her entire family didn't say a word. So it took me 2 months to sneak him back. I finally got him back by earning her trust. He stayed at a hotel one night with me when I was visiting, and I was gone. And I took him back, and I had him with me for 3.5 years after that. Then I lost my job, moved to Bali, and had no choice but to let him stay with his mother again. But I don't mind because I am at least living on the same island, you see. So I can still see him pretty much any time I want.
I see.
You understand? But here in Indonesia, look, feminism isn't the only problem, and this is what MGTOW is about. It's gynocentrism. It is worship of the woman. You see, if you go to any court of law through a divorce, society will expect the child to go to the woman automatically because they are under the false assumption that the woman is the better caretaker, which is not true. Statistically not true, in fact.
Yeah.
There's enough statistics in the West to show that 75, I think it's 70 to 70. Mothers, not just abuse, not just abuse, but 70 to 75% of children living with a single mother. No, I'm sorry, 70 to 75% of children in juvenile prisons, right? That's prisons for children, come from single mother families.
I see.
And what gynocentrism does is it forces, and with the help of feminism, it forces the disciplinary parenting of the father out of the family life, and it creates criminals.
Yeah, rebellion.
So, yes. So the even here in Indonesia, they have this idea that the woman is automatically the better caretaker, and this is not true. And most of the men here believe it too. Many of the men here believe it. In fact, so many men willingly...
No, I'm not. I don't.
I know, but many men do. And to the point where many men give up their children to the mother because of the pressure of a gynocentric society. And they think they're doing the right thing, but they're not.
Oh yeah, here's the good thing, that the son will continue the family. The son will continue the family, right? So what in the Western country?
Well, yeah, the son is I mean, the traditional patriarchal method is that the son carries the family name.
Yeah. So still.
That still exists, but
Right?
I don't know how long.
So, no, you have to maintain that.
You don't have to. I mean, people there don't have to. They can do whatever they want. It's not a law. It's never been a law. It's just been a cultural norm.
Yeah, you have to maintain the culture.
Yeah.
So it will, it puts another barrier to feminism.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that not only are many MGTOW men come from a bad divorce and losing their children, but there's a lot of young men out there.
They realize about
yes.
the society.
And they've never been married. They've never been married, and they have now sworn to never get married. So you know what that means? They will not have children. So their influence won't be on their own children. It would have to be on other men. This is why MGTOW is not going to sustain a society, because a lot of MGTOW men do not reproduce.
Yes, and?
So that's why MGTOW will never be a society-changing movement, because if most of the men in the world decided I don't want to marry and reproduce, we would all die.
Okay. The thing is, if you want to get married or something, yeah, married, why did you make a contract first?
Well, that's called, in the West, it's called a prenuptial, but even now a judge can throw that out.
But you can, right? You can do
You
that.
can, but it doesn't help anymore.
Oh, it doesn't help. Doesn't
No,
work.
doesn't work.
Why?
Because
Because it's a legal agreement between two persons.
because the family courts are corrupt, and if the woman wants to throw out the prenuptial, most judges will allow it.
I see.
That's why men in the West refuse to get married. Why? What's the benefit to them? There's no benefit to men in marriage anymore. If MGTOW really could change, and maybe this is where the men's rights movement is doing more work. They're trying to change laws within the family court.
I see.
But
also, they want to change that.
Yeah, but to try to change the laws in the family court is like trying to end corruption in Indonesia.
I see. So it's really impossible.
It's impossible. The only way, in my opinion, the only way things are going to change is if society wakes up to a reality of men just walking away. Because the family courts won't change.
But I do believe it can, because corruption in Indonesia still the one who do corruption they have to be in jail.
Yeah, well, that's not really happening, is it?
It affects, even though little effect. I do believe that the men's rights society will affect the family court, even if it's a little.
Maybe eventually. Well, we can hope. We can hope it will.
Yeah, I see.
You know, I mean, I'm not holding my breath for that.
Mm-hmm.
But,
oh yeah, I talked to someone. Maybe I think he's part of the MGTOW community, and he said about the artificial womb.
Yes.
Is it really true?
Well, the artificial womb,
the scientists want to make that one.
Eventually, I believe eventually it will exist. If they can artificially inseminate women now, I don't see why they can't. Technology can't invent a way for a child to develop in an artificial womb. Why not?
He said that it will make the feminism or woman extinct.
It will make what it would do is it would take away.
It will change the society. It will change
completely.
Society.
It would take away the woman's only real power she has, and then she would be nothing. She would be nothing.
See. Huh.
You
So,
could
do you have any plan for 2 or 3 years about the MGTOW thing about the feminism?
My personal plans is to try and spread it in Indonesia. I was planning on doing that late last year, but then lost my contract and moved to Bali, so it sent me back.
Yeah,
but
it's not easy, you know. Some people still. I ever talked to someone, and some people disagree about the MGTOW thing, about the radical feminism. They still don't believe the effect.
Oh well, it'll hit them fast. It'll hit them hard one day.
I believe that. I don't know. Some guy in here still empower women.
Well, that's another side effect of gynocentrism, and that's men's faults. You know what we call that in the MGTOW movement? We call it white knights or manginas.
I heard that.
We call it white knights or manginas, and those men are the men who will try to protect women even if they're wrong, only because they're women.
Yeah, and not just protection, but they said that even women have reached something which is not amazing. If it's something new, then praise to them.
Yes.
I have no idea why.
Yeah. No, it's out of control. It's really bad in Indonesia. White knighting is very bad here. I've experienced it. It's very, very bad.
Yeah, the thing is, the feminism is not growing as the Western country.
No, because you don't need feminism for gynocentrism to exist. That is a biological trait of the human species.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the MGTOW philosophy comes from not just the soft sciences of psychology, but harder sciences like biology, evolution, and history. And the very nature of the human beings as a species makes us lean toward gynocentrism, where the focus is on the woman. But we've evolved past that, you see. We don't need to be gynocentric anymore.
Uh-huh. And let's go back to the feminism. So what's the thing that makes feminism get growing? Is really the political instrument, or it's about the men let it be, or
Well,
what?
money, man, money. Money's what makes it grow. They got money, so they have all the programs. They have they can influence the politicians. They can create advertisements and media. They influence the popular opinion. That's all it is. I mean, feminism. Look, I mean, even in the United Nations, they're spewing out feminist garbage.
Feminist garbage?
Feminist garbage in the United Nations, my friend.
Uh-huh.
You understand?
Explain.
Oh, just the feminist mind exists in the politics of even the United Nations.
Yeah. Feminism is U.S. is one of the country who pro to feminist, right?
Of course. Sweden is the worst, I believe. Sweden, Switzerland.
Tell me what's going on in Sweden.
Well, I wouldn't be the best to tell you that. I know some people that are living there now. Sweden, Switzerland. What other countries are big over there?
So men don't want to live there.
No, fuck no. It's a horrible place to live for men.
Why? Tell me.
Because it's so
Give me a
feminist.
bliss.
Well,
Yeah?
I mean, they're putting into place laws, for example, where women have to be paid the same amount of men, even though they do less work. That kind of
Really?
stuff. Yes.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, that's something you should look into. I'm not the best. I'm not the most informed about that, so I'm not the best to give you those
So
answers.
get out from that country.
I'm not there, but if I was, I wouldn't want to stay there.
Yeah.
Canada's one of the worst too, man. Canada's one of the worst where I come from.
Why don't you interview some of them? It's really ridiculous.
Who?
Yeah. I don't know. You have your network.
Oh, I've done lots of interviews with Americans, Canadians, Europeans.
Oh yeah.
I've done lots.
And what's their opinions?
Well, I'm interviewing other MGTOW men, other community members.
In Canada, who live in Canada.
Canada, America, Europe.
And how could they stand with it?
Well, because it's they don't stand for it, but it's the popular opinion. I mean, come on. You can't just stand up and fight it. Fisticuffs. It's a long process, man.
Uh-huh.
It's ingrained in the culture now.
But it's worth to try.
They are trying.
Try to and what happened after
Well,
they try?
it's working for them personally. I mean, MGTOW walks away. That's how we do it. It's a rigged game.
So,
We don't play the game anymore.
Yeah. So the MGTOW in Canada get growing too.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge.
So it will press the feminism, right? It will press the government. Right?
Well, that's the dream, but who knows, man? Who knows what the future holds?
I see. Yeah.
You know, I like it here. One reason I do like it here is because the feminist model isn't so huge, but it's still very gynocentric. Very gynocentric.
I see.
If you go out on a date with a woman, who's going to pay?
In Indonesia right now, they switch. You know, some in a certain time maybe man, and the other time maybe woman.
I'm still waiting to see that, man. I haven't seen that yet.
And I asked my friend, and he do that. But especially if the man is not that rich enough.
Yeah.
I asked my friend, and he said so.
Yeah. Well, this is my advice to Indonesian men. If you wanna see things change, is quit putting women on a pedestal.
Yeah,
Don't
I agree
defend
with
them.
that. Yeah.
Don't defend them. Don't pay for them.
Uh,
Make them, you know, make them be
do not talk to
responsible.
them. Do not relate
Yeah,
to them.
yeah.
Yeah. Just
Don't
ignore them.
just ignore them, man.
Ignore them.
It's the only way to go. I mean, here it's just there's too much female pandering. We say in English. They're just it, it's too much attention put on a woman.
Yeah, I see. So, uh, yeah, I still, I still, I still have no idea how could the man stand still in Canada and Sweden.
Well, I don't think they're standing still, but not now.
Uh-huh.
But I think maybe what happened is I think men were sort of unconscious of what was happening around them, and now it's too late. Now they're fighting back, but it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, but not, uh, especially when they realize and they wake up.
Yeah. Well,
It's
more and more men are
possible.
waking up.
Yeah, yeah.
MGTOW is growing and growing and growing every day.
How could you say that? Do you have any proof?
Yeah, I can check my inbox. I'm a member of MGTOW.com,
Uh-huh.
and I have my email set to every single time a new member joins.
I see.
And every day you get half a dozen.
Oh.
Also, just check Google Trends. Go to
Uh-huh.
Google Trends, type in MGTOW. It'll show you how it's growing.
I see. And yeah. And the one who influenced the society, the feminism, use the media, especially Hollywood, to spread their
Oh yeah,
vision
television.
and mission. Yeah.
Yeah. It's sick if you watch TV or movies now. It's just
Yeah.
sick.
Uh-huh. Yeah, agree with that. A good weak woman can win, or
Yeah.
to fight the bigger guy.
Yeah. It's impossible not. You
Yeah.
can't go 5 minutes in a movie without some
They're
emasculated.
disturbing us. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really disturbing.
it's very disturbing, man.
And some of my friends don't realize if I said that. Some realize and some don't realize.
They'll realize it soon enough.
Yeah, I do believe if they get hurt from because of the feminism and the society, they will realize.
Yeah.
Hi, it's
Yeah.
good to talk to you.
Yeah,
Really.
you too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever have anything else you want to discuss, just let me know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not really set up right at the moment to do this often, or I sold all my equipment when I moved here, and
Yeah.
so but you know I can try to squeeze in some time here and there. So just keep
Oh
in
yeah,
touch.
just so you know, I have a suggestion.
Mhm.
No, not suggestion, but it seems that social media is very powerful tool to spread news or spread the MGTOW thing. And I see that Instagram there is so many MGTOW things. They get bigger and bigger. The
Oh,
content, yeah. Have you ever sneak out and try to find out what's in there?
On Instagram.
Instagram, they're so popular.
Oh no, I haven't. I'll do that. I will do that. I haven't done that yet. I will.
Yeah. With
Okay.
the keyword, you can say anti-feminism or MGTOW. There is a MGTOW content there.
Cool.
It's easier to see. People nowadays do skimming, right? They don't read, they do skimming, and the picture express much thing. So yeah, put so many MGTOW content is a very it's very effective, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I will check that out. I didn't know. So on Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facebook is not really popular. They
No.
just use it because it can make a group,
Yeah.
and connect it. And
I would
still,
say
many people.
the biggest community that I'm a part of is Google Plus.
I see.
Lots of MGTOW there.
Yeah.
Google Plus and YouTube.
Yeah. If I can compare women mostly use Facebook, but men mostly use Google Plus.
Yeah.
They get clustered up like that.
Yeah. It's true. It's very true. Yeah. Well, anyway, Mr. Booty, it was nice talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, just keep in touch. You know,
Sure.
we're both in the same country, so we're not that far away.
Yeah.
And we share we almost share the same time zone, which is convenient because most of my MGTOW friends on the other side of the world, they're all sleeping while I'm awake.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you later. All right.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, bullet cock. Oh, bullet cock.
Thank you.